Hello. Do you know what a ratio is? Did you know that there's actually ratios all around you? A ratio is a comparison of two quantities, and it's usually written in the form of A to B or A colon B. Oh shoot, I missed that. But the colon actually represents the two. And it can also be represented in fraction form, A over B. So let's go over like a little example. Perhaps your class has 25 students total in it. There are 10 boys and 15 girls. And so the ratio can be expressed as 15, oh shoot, my bad, 10 to 15, or 10 colon 15, which is also, as we just learned, represented as 10 to 15, or in fraction form, 10 over 15. And today we will also be learning about proportions. But first, what is a proportion? A proportion is an equality of two ratios. We use proportions to help us establish equivalent ratios and solve for unknown quantities, which is written in the form of A to B is equal to C to D. Or we can write it in fraction form. A over B is equal to C over D. And using the same example from the ratios, you have 25 students in your class, 10 boys, 15 girls, and you can represent this in proportion form as 10 to 15, 10 to 15 is equal to 2 to 3. And then in fraction form, it's 10 over 15 is equal to 2 over 3. You may be wondering where the 2 and the 3 came from. This comes from reducing. So as we've learned before, whenever we learned about dividing in fractions, the 2 and the 3 you can get from 10 divided by 5 reduces to 2, and 15 divided by 5 reduces to 3. So now we're going to explore a little bit more into ratios and proportions using process of division of cookies. And we'll be learning how to divide up cookies into portions that are equal so that everybody can have an equal amount, and Miss Pichet will be demonstrating the activity for us.
Okay, so we are going to start dividing some cookies, and we're going to do a few problems only together. So I have here my tray of cookies. So we're going to start off with 10. So we already made 10 yummy cookies. And we're going to invite 2 friends over to the party. So it's going to be you and another friend. So let's have our plates ready. And we want to see how many cookies are going to be divided into these 2 friends, which is you and another person. So we're going to do it one by one. So we're going to have 1 and give 1 to them, 1 for yourself, another one, and another one for them. And you're just going to keep going until you run out of cookies on your tray. You want to make sure that you divide them evenly. So look, we have 2 more, and I'm going to put them on top. So how many cookies did y'all get? You have 5, and your friend also has 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They divided evenly. So now, if we look at it as a fraction, let me move over my tray. We're going to have 10 cookies, and then it's 5 on top of that, because that was what was divided into your 10. So that's 5 tenths. Now let's pretend that we have 5 friends coming to our party. So it's you and 4 other people. Let's put our cookies back. Oops, I lost one. Okay, so let's get some more plates. So we already have 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now we're going to be dividing our cookies into the 5 people that we have. So we do it the same way. We're going to have 1 for them, 1 for someone else, that person, and this person. We still have cookies left over. So everybody has 1 so far. Let's do 1 more. Are we going to make it? Yes. So now it's equal. So we have equal amount of cookies on everybody's plate, and that is 2 cookies for each person. So again, we're going to have the 10 at the bottom because that's how many cookies we had, and everybody gets 2. All right, now let's add some more cookies. So we have 10 cookies so far, and let's say we made a tray of 12 cookies. Let me get 2 more cookies on here. Yum. Okay, so now we're gonna have only 3 friends. So it's you and whoever else you want to invite to your party. And we're going to divide the 12 into those 3 plates. So we're going to do it again, just like before. Everybody gets 1, and you keep going all the way around on their plates until there are no more cookies left on the tray. Oh, there's 3, yep, and we have 3 more left. So now everybody has 4 cookies on each plate. These cookies are too big, y'all. My little plates. Okay, so now we have, again, we're gonna have 10, no, this time we have 12 cookies. So this changes because first we started off with 10 cookies and now we're moving to 12, and everybody has 4 cookies on their plate. So it's this one down here, 4 12s. So now individually, y'all are going to come up when I call you by groups from your table to grab a bag, a Ziploc bag. You're going to get 12 cookies in your Ziploc bag. And then another Ziploc bag, you're going to have 12 plates. So everybody's going to have 12 cookies and 12 plates. You are going to work on this worksheet. The first one is going to show you, it's actually this one, is going to go through if you had 2 people at your party and then 4 people at your party, and then it's going to move into 6 people and then 12. And you're going to use your tray of cookies with your plates to answer those 4 questions individually. And if you need help, well, then you let me know. Now we're going to move over into Miss Zamora, and she's going to explain some of the vocabulary.
Okay, hi class, my name's Miss Zamora. Okay, so I'm going to go over the 2 definitions that we learned today. Can anybody tell me what a ratio is? Okay, well, a ratio is a comparison between the quantities of 2 things. So for example, there are 3 triangles and 2 squares. So I have 3 triangles right here, 1, 2, 3, and 2 squares. So you can write the ratio as, like Miss Shelby said, 3:2, or 3:2, or 3/2. Can you see? Okay. And then another example would be, so you have 3 apples and 6 oranges. So you would group it 3, 6, and the ratio would be 3/6. And then for proportion is the relationship of the size of different parts to make a whole. So for example, I have a bad proportion right here. I don't know if y'all can see. Okay. And then a good proportion right here. So a bad proportion would be, so if you give a person more of what you have, so like if you cut an orange in half, and if you give that person like more, that's bad proportion. And if you give the person like equally amount, that would be a good proportion. Okay, thank you. Now Miss Sanchez.
Okay. Hi class. Okay, so we just went over the 2 main definitions that we needed to learn today. So now we're gonna play a game. So if everyone can please either take out your tablet or take out your phone, and I'm gonna share it on the screen. Okay. You guys need to type in that game pin so that we can get started. Once I see all the names on the board, we can go ahead and play. Okay, I'll just give everyone a few more seconds. I hope you guys are excited for Halloween, because I am. Okay, so I see you guys in here, so we're gonna go ahead and start. Okay, guys, remember, just try to the best of your ability of whatever you can remember. So the first question is, what is a ratio? Remember, we talked about this at the very beginning of the lesson, and Ms. Zamora gave a reminder. Make sure y'all keep an eye on the time. Good job, guys. So a ratio is a comparison of two quantities. Good job. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next question. Okay, Shelby is in the lead. Okay, next question. What is a proportion? Okay, so you guys have the two fractions here like we talked about. What does that mean? Is it a potion to solve math? No, good job. Okay, so it is a equality of two fractions. So those two fractions should come down to the exact same thing. Okay, next question. Shelby's still winning. Okay, next question. So ratios and proportions are the same thing, are they? Do they have the same definition? That is false. So ratios and proportions are not the same thing. They are similar, but they are different. Dang, you guys are good at this game. Okay, next question. So Kylie has 4 cookies for herself and Mandy. How many cookies can they get to be equal? Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a little more time on this because it's a little longer. So remember when Ms. Pache was showing y'all the cookies and she was putting them on the plates? Let's think about this. So Kylie and Mandy have 4 cookies total. Good job, guys. So each of them get 2 cookies. So like Miss Zamora said earlier, if it was a bad proportion, then Kylie would end up with 4 cookies and Mandy would have none, and that's not fair. Okay, so our last question. Okay, so true or false? You guys are all math rock stars. What do y'all think? Are we all rock stars? Yes, we are. Okay, so just because, you know, we all got good grades, or even if, you know, this is just a game, we all have to remember that we're trying our best, guys, and this is something new for y'all. So we have to remember that if later down the road, if y'all don't get the answer right, or if you guys just don't understand, that's okay, because we're trying, and that's all that matters. So one thing I want y'all to remember is that you guys need to remember that practice does not make perfect, it makes better, and that's what we try to do every single day. So I really hope you guys like this lesson and that y'all learned something, and we're gonna look over these scores real quick. So okay, so let's see who the winner is. Hey, Shelby! Everyone give a round of applause for Shelby. Good job, guys. All right, so that is our game for today, and that's all I have for you guys.
Time to go to lunch.
If you were in class doing math. Lana.